Pisces, welcome to your general reading for January 2024 with me, Adrian Nelson, your psychic tarot reader. In this reading, Pisces, we're going to look at money, love and success. We're going to clarify. Then we're going to end off with a message from your higher self to your soul for your greatest benefit in life. Okay, so Pisces, dealing with a Pisces, wherever you got Pisces in your chart, this is your reading. Let's have a look. Starting off with money. You might want to broaden your specs a little bit, Pisces. You might want to allow yourself to think bigger and broader. You'll really benefit from that. You've got the Two of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Justice energy. So if you have been feeling inspired to, maybe try some new things, if some new things have been suggested to you, if you are maybe thinking of changing up the game for yourself, changing up your offer, broadening your offer, maybe making it more expensive, not necessarily expensive money-wise, but expensive sort of like in the offer itself. One moment, please, my apologies. Thank you. And that is definitely highly recommended. It feels to me like I do get a sense, Pisces, that for some of you, you may have sort of fallen into a comfort zone, a space that we know, a space that's familiar. And I can get that, I'm a water sign myself, I'm a Cancerian. I know how we can sometimes operate from safe zones. I'm very familiar with it. So that is obviously not a judgment call at all. But if you do sort of, just stay with, this is what I know, this is how I've always done it, this is what everybody always liked and stuff like that, it's almost like you kind of fall out of trend, all right? And you don't really want that. So it might be time for you. I know that this may be, this may be scary, Pisces, but it might be time for you to up your game, all right? At least to be willing to up your game. And you will be very successful from that. And here's the thing, when life calls us to that next level, it's always scary. It's always scary to do that. But it kind of feels like it's not what you do doesn't have value. We're speaking about money here and how the energy of money is influencing your life. It's just feeling like it's falling a little bit out of spec. It's beginning to fall. It's becoming a little bit outdated. All right, so it's not necessarily wrong. Not wrong at all. It is just that you might want to become a little bit explorative. Maybe you have fallen a little bit into comfort zones. I do also see that some of you may have had some health issues, and it might be that you may have tried to do the same thing over and over and over, and it wasn't working, and it started to feel heavy. And, again, it doesn't mean that you have to do something new. It might mean that you want to sort of expand that circle, make it a little bit bigger. Okay. Be a little bit more daring in whatever it is that you do. And even if you've got a job that you already have like a solid salary and stuff like that, it might be that you just for your own peace of mind want to sort of, bring some oomph into it. And even for some reason I see, this is something I don't really like at all, but I see a fish tank in a sort of like a bowl, but like those older sort of bowls that's like round on the side and sort of like flat on the sides, all right, with a goldfish inside. And with that being said, I'm going to beg you, please never ever put a goldfish in a fishbowl. It's the worst, most horrible thing to do. But when I'm thinking about that, also, Pisces is normally shown symbolically expressed as the two fishes that are flowing. So it feels to me almost like, in some ways, it's almost like you've become a prop that is about to, I don't mean to be gross or anything when I say this, but, when you keep the reason why it's not a good idea to keep a fish in a fishbowl, because they don't stop growing. And so eventually they die from claustrophobia, from having nowhere to go. And it feels to me like you're dying slowly a little bit in whatever it is that's bringing you money. So it's time for a breath of fresh air here, really. It's really time for a breath of fresh air. And this is a gift that only you can give to yourself, because it might be you that is holding on to things. The cards that came up for clarifiers here for you are the Four of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So the Four of Swords is all about you being ready for that next level. And when we are ready for that next level and we don't go to that next level, we don't flow with life, you don't go with that flow of life that we are part of, then things become very, very funky for us and very unpleasant for us. You know, even with that 8 of Cups, you are going towards more. So I can see that for many of you, this is scary, but you want to open your heart to new possibilities. And as you do, these solutions will come to you. So it's not like you're going to open your heart, you know, and then you're going to be left high and dry. No. All right. In fact, you will find that the familiar, you might even find a sense of pleasure and joy in the familiar. All right. So you can think like, okay, so what did I do in the past? How did that work? So whether the decision or whether you are self-employed, want to become self-employed, you know, you maybe go back to work after the holidays, or maybe there was like skeleton stuff and everybody's coming back. A good thing would be, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to pack your bags and leave, but a good thing can be to say, well, how can I maybe change things up a little bit? You know what I mean? Looking for love. So we've got the Star energy, the Two of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. It seems like you don't want to be going too much for like love and stuff at the moment. If the opportunity comes by, it doesn't mean that you have to say no, but it feels like the perfect person is coming your way. There's just what we in the world might call a sense of delay. So something may have broken down, like a car, something may have broken down. It may be possibly more publicly transport sort of vibe. Or there might be a separation that is taking place between yourself and someone. Let it happen. It could even be that you're moving from where you are to a different space. So you can feel the change inside, but you don't quite, like you can't put your finger on it. Because Pisces, you are naturally the most psychic sign of the entire zodiac. And that is where, you know, that is sort of like what that hypersensitivity that you are, what it contributes towards. So there are definitely changes taking place. It seems to me that there's some financial changes that are best, they are busy taking place, that it's best for them to sort of like, you know, initiate and complete first before you make any definitive decisions with love. You know, so you can go on coffee dates, you can decide that I want to be with this person anymore, you know, I want to break it off, you can make any of those, you can contemplate all those ideas, but I wouldn't say that you want to, I don't want to say that you don't want to speak up about it in the sense that you want to be sneaky, but what I want to say is like you want to contemplate if the issue comes up, maybe only give as much information as is necessary, don't over-explain, don't over-commit, and do your best to steer clear from sort of like definitive decisions, even if it means that you have to play the scarce game a little bit, and people may say you're a little bit flaky and stuff, okay? There's something that needs to play out here first. It's almost like something's playing out, it's right in front of you, but you're not fully seeing it yet because you might, it's almost like you're too emotionally involved, but it's also in a sense that your emotions, in a sense, are a little bit dim, they're a little bit switched, not fully switched off, but dim. So, you know, sometimes we see, but we don't want to see because it's very emotionally overwhelming. And it's not like you can't deal with it, it's just like you don't really want to deal with it, you know, and that's fine, it feels perfectly good to me. Clarifying cards there are the Seven of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Hermit energy. So yeah, it's like there's some necessary rest here that needs to take place. It's almost like there are some emotions that are still sort of there. I feel like the majority of it, like you've made peace with it, and you're sort of in that sense where it's like the same thing comes around, and you kind of almost notice, I don't have the same sort of feeling around it, and you kind of, it's almost like you, like, I won't say that you need to heal, it's just that, it's like when you put a seed in the ground, there's a process that needs to take place, so you need to allow it to germinate and that sort of things. And it's almost like you just need to give yourself that time, I'm almost say for your emotions to settle, like when you make a beautiful trifle, you know, you just give it time to settle in the fridge first, otherwise it's just going to be a mushy mess. And so it's almost like there's a deeper understanding inside of you that now is not necessarily the time to commit your heart. You can be ready, but you don't necessarily need to commit it just yet. Okay? Energy of success. You've got the Tower energy, the Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So it feels like there's a deeper release that's taking place in your energy than what you might even be fully aware of, to, you know, within yourself, just that you're doing some releases, it's like you kind of, at least in your mind, heading in a different direction. Your life is about to unfold in a different direction, in a very good way. It's almost like you're coming back to life in a sense, you know. And so I see you heading in these different directions. And also, you know, I want you to think, Pisces, why did you initially initiate the things that you are doing? So why did you take the job? Why did you enter the job? Why did you stay in the job? Why did you maybe decide to become financially independent, in a sense that maybe like self-employment, you know? What is it that you wanted? What was the reason behind it? You know, maybe you needed to raise your children, you needed some more money towards the household, whatever. But maybe now, you know, the tables have turned, things are different, so you can make different choices now. You know what I mean? The Magician energy is clarifying it, the Queen of Swords, the King of Pentacles. So there is tremendous success that's available for you. You may be feeling at a point where you are not feeling as driven as you may typically feel to do something and stuff like that, and you might take more time to kind of think about things and to feel it and to wonder what it's like, you know. And that is a very good thing, because I feel that in many ways you're kind of getting out of your own way, allowing the magic of life to come to you, my beautiful Pisces. I like that very much. Very, very much. Let's see what your higher self has to say for you. Then if you are interested in expanding your, you know, your consciousness, your awareness, do check out my online courses. If you're already subscribed to the channel, thank you much. I appreciate it. If you haven't yet, please do. Please like the video. I appreciate it. It helps my channel to grow. It enables me to spread the message wider to more. Innocence. Focus on the little things in life, the small little bits of magic. I feel that for many of you, you've been so go, 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 that it's almost like you haven't even given yourself the gift of you. It's now time for you to do that. Okay? I love this very much. There's a lot of beautiful things to look forward to. Then in this sense, I can see the future only getting better and better and better for you. Give yourself that break, that time to breathe. Best gift that you can give to yourself. Okay? So I hope that helps, my beautiful, beautiful Pisces. I look forward to connecting with you on your next reading. Ciao, ciao, ciao.